And welcome everybody, and as we can see, still there's something on the same shortcut. So yeah, hello and welcome everybody back to the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare with another construction guide for Anno 1404. And as you can see, I've activated auto trade and everything. In the meantime, I have increased the city size a little bit, even the production accordingly. That is what I told you in the last episode about this nice layout here. You can easily build it next to each other, just as another module. That makes it very easy to expand. And yeah, today's topic will be the Orient. I have already prepared a small city over here. Of course, the city needs to be supplied with wares now. Also, we need to produce spices. So, let's take a look at the needs of our nomads. They want dates, they want milk, and they want carpets. And of course, we need spices for the citizens, so we will have at least 4 different construction chains. Yeah, and thank you, Isa here. I never wanted to ask you anything, so please shut up. So, and there are actually 2 different approaches that you can use. I will go with the first one now. Yeah, because the big question that you want to ask yourself, that you should ask yourself is whether you want to use the so-called Noria exploit or not. I'm now... Yeah, this is now the version if you don't want to use it. So, let's start here. First, we want to produce a few dates, so we build here a market building. Yeah, just expand it a little bit. 1, 2, 3... 1, and then we can now place here the dates. The thing is, the date plantation actually needs 5 fields. Yeah, so the old layout would actually not work properly. So we now build right next to it another one, and then also here another one. So, this one will get only 4. And here we will get another one with 5. So now we are going to round that up with a street. And then we can place here another market building. These market buildings will then collect the goods. So, as you can see, our date productions won't produce anything. That is because they lack water. For that we can simply place here Noria, and now all these 3 farms are properly supplied. So, and then we can simply add here another row of facilities. And yeah, you can simply endlessly repeat that pattern, but that is not the most efficient way. As I said, the most efficient... Well, did I already say it? Yeah. The more efficient way is the so-called Noria exploit, and that one was 1 too far, so now here. The Noria exploit actually means that you can increase the fertility of the land so much that you don't need the maximum number of fields in order to work properly. So even with a facility like this, where you need 5 fields, you would with that actually be able to use this layout properly. Let me show you how, now that we have secured the food supply for the city here. On what will we actually use it? Yeah, I think we will use it on the spice farm, though the spice farms actually only need 4 fields, but that is okay for this example. So, we do the same thing as previously. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place here a market building. Place a road on each side. Now I've produced total bullshit. Sorry. Sorry, okay, that was my mistake. We should probably start first with Noria. Because what I now plan to do is a bit more complicated.
Between Occident and
yeah,
Orient,
just shut up, Isa here. I still don't want to talk to you. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we place here the spice farms around. And now you are probably thinking, hey, that Noria is so far away, it can't possibly cover all the farms. And with that, you are actually correct. But we will come to that later. So, let's replicate this here. And then we place a Noria around each corner.
And everyone got
This layout actually also works if you just want to cover a huge production with Norias properly, because, well, all these fields, all the influence areas of the Norias go into each other, and therefore everything is covered properly. But now you might also think, wait, 4 Norias for 4 farms, that is very inefficient, and you are right about that, but this layout becomes more efficient the further you expand it. So when we now do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And simply build the same thing again. Then you can see that we are actually using also the already built Norias. Therefore we don't have to place 4 new ones. That means that we will now have 6 Norias for 8 facilities. And the further you expand it, the less Norias you will use per farm. So if you, let's just say, cover half the island with this layout, then in the end you will have a ratio of 4 to 1. So each Noria can supply 4 farms, which is then actually okay. So, and thanks to the super wide coverage, you can see we have still here 100% production. Of course we have 4 fields. Now let's get rid of 1. We still have 100% because of Norias, because they make the soil more fertile. Let's get rid of this field. We still have 100%. Now you can see we have only 69. So yeah, that is basically the Noria exploit. You can use it to develop really efficient layouts. In my opinion, it looks ugly to simply overuse the Noria, so I personally don't do it. Because I think it's ugly, so I will only go to this extent. So yeah, and with that we have actually the spice farms covered. I already have a trading road for spice. We have the food covered, so for the dates. Well, apparently we are not producing fast enough. Well then, let's expand this layout by another instance. But only half an instance. So, time to get rid of this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe even more than half an instance. We will see. Yeah, we will do that more. A little bit of overproduction hurts no one. So, now we will have here only 4 fields built per farm. And they will still all produce with 100% efficiency due to the Noria exploit. Though we cannot fit another Noria here. So it won't be, this one here will probably produce less than 100%. Here we have now 80, 90, okay, still 100. So, but yeah, we now have here 12 different facilities with 7 Norias, so the rate is actually quite, yeah, it's getting better. Okay, so now our food supply shall be stable, but now we have a lack of milk. Oh my god, that means that we need to do something about it.
These buildings.
And for the milk, I'm actually using the same layout as for single wheat farms, crop farms, as you will see in the next video, which will probably cover the patricians.
I'd be happy to help you.
Yep, and no one cares about you. So, let's get started with the milk farm, with the goat farms and the milk production. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, here we only need 3 different fields. But, as you can see, they are way larger. And that makes it a bit difficult. So we go down here by 2. Here we place 4 different 4 tiles between them. And then we will use an Oriental market building, since that one has 3 transport carts instead of only 1, like the Occidental one, which is okay for covering up to 4 farms. But we want to cover 8. So this is a rather big layout. So please be careful about that when planning it. And as I notice, we are running out of wood. Well, that can be easily fixed by simply importing wood from our home island. And while the ship is underway, we shall simply continue to build our goat farms. So here again, 2 tiles away. 1, 2, 3. When you are at the beginning of a game and only have a small city to supply, then actually this layout will be enough. As you can see, it's still quite easy to reproduce. Yeah, you can simply mirror it to expand it. And yeah, it is actually quite easy to fit in. And now I really want to have a wood here. Oh, there the ship is coming.
This harbour may seem defenseless to you. But
Yeah, I don't
Good
care,
deal
so
is
here.
always a welcome change.
So, time to make a good deal.
Salam alaikum.
With my own island. So, here is the wood. Okay, now we can actually continue. So, we will now mirror this layout. That means, here, directly aside from the market building, as you can see, it's 4 tiles away. Yeah, to the north. And not 16, 14 tiles, yeah. 4, 7, 11, 14. So 14 tiles to the right, 4 tiles to the north, and 8 tiles to the south. So, but of course, we still need Norias to make everything over here work. And if you just place them around, then you will notice that they will not cover everything. So we will require an additional Noria here. But let's first finish placing the goat pens. Oh, autosave. Yay! Come on.
Game saved.
Good. And yeah, now time to place Venorias. We can of course build them around every corner so that we can still continue with layouts like this and always have a Noria in the middle. That is what I am going to do here. So, but here you can see it. This space here stays dry. And that of course will reduce our efficiency quite a bit. And we cannot allow that to happen. But again, thanks to a small Noria exploit, yeah, only a small one, I'm not using it big time, we can simply place another Noria here. And everything is green and the goats are happy.
One of your plants has stopped producing goods.
And this farm is still producing at 100%. And again, it might look inefficient, but the further you expand it, the more efficient it becomes. So, especially in the late game, this layout will pay off really well. So, now we have dates and milk covered as well as spices for our citizens, but our people still need carpets. Yeah, our stocks are running low.
Salam alaikum.
Good thing that I have already prepared another island with certain wares. So, and we will use the same layout as in the Occident, meaning we will build here, for example, a production island.
I've learned a lot about
Or
the
production
Orient.
district. So that means we place here an Oriental house. I'm now taking here the Oriental one because I think it's more beautiful. And also, a small market building might not be able to cover all 8 facilities that can be fit around there. So we would have to upgrade it to tier 2, and since I'm too lazy to import stone, though I have enough here, I will simply go for the Oriental market building here. So, and now, of course, we will again copy that layout. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm pretty sure that I won't be able to fit a Noria over there. I'm very sure of it, but, well. And now you actually have to choose how you want to align it. I personally prefer to go with 2 indigo farms and 2 silk farms per market building. Just because, in my opinion, if you amass that layout, then it actually creates a very interesting pattern. As you will see. I will go for a heavy overproduction over here regarding carpets. For a very simple reason. Carpets are very profitable if you are selling them. Yep. I can't fit another one here, so I just place it here. Doesn't look very nice, but
I have the full force of the Sultan's
but
fleet
it will work.
and armies at my disposal in an emergency.
So, and now time to make these raw resources into carpets. One silk farm and 1 indigo farm can together support 1 carpet workshop. So let's build 2 right over here and start here with the production. So now let's continue building this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here I will simply now switch the sides. As I said, I just do it for an interesting pattern. You can also, of course, take 4 indigo farms per market building and 4 silk farms per market building and so on. That is totally up to you. But I want to have it visually interesting. So, and now we can place here another 2 Norias. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need more building materials. I'm very sure of that. Ah, I even still got here some tools in the ship. Okay, and here you are also going to transport some wood. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Profitable, in more ways than one.
So, and here we go now with... Oh, I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure.
If there's anything else I can help
Yeah,
you
we
with...
will go here with silk, and there with indigo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and as I said, if you don't want to use the Noria exploit so heavily, then just stick to the layout that we did for the dates. Which is here again, 3 farms in a row, and then you can simply continue it indefinitely and infinitely. And here you still have space for example, placing a clay pit or a workshop like later for coffee production and so on. So you can totally utilize that space so it does not go to waste. So, and now here a fourth time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, indigo to the north, so to the south. As you can see, we are already negative on the money. But, as I said, that is totally being compensated by trade. Because carpets are worth a shit ton of money. So here we place now here Noria, and as you can see we have 16 facilities on 9 Norias.
You've got a good deal there.
And if we would now expand it here with another 8, then we would have 24 on 12 Norias. So a ratio of 1 to 2. And so on and so on. So, now time to build all these carpet workshops that we always found so nicely. Yeah. Since we can now support 8 of them. And now the trade shall flow. We shall have a shit ton of carpets. Here's now more wood for us. Okay. So, those were the needs, but we are not done yet. Because for building advanced Oriental buildings, you will actually need mosaics. For mosaics, you need quartz, which is a mineral that you can find on most southern islands, as well as the fertility of clay. I don't know how clay can be a fertility. You can actually put clay seeds into the ground. That is when it really gets confusing, but yeah, let's just accept the non-existent logic of the game. So, and yeah, I prefer to have it here centralized a little bit, so we go
These are the
now
building
here, placing the quartz
that I can
quarry
issue
next,
to you at present.
yeah, not really next, but close to the quartz deposit. It works as the stonemason, so it doesn't have to be placed directly above it. The quartz deposit itself does not even need a road connection to either of these buildings. Yeah, I just did it here for the beauty. I will place here the mosaic workshop. And the mosaic workshop does need, as already mentioned, some clay. So for that, I simply place 2 clay pits next to it. Good thing, clay does not need water, so you won't need a Noria here. Alternatively, I also could have placed the clay pits in here. Yeah, I think I would do that for the second mosaic production. So I will simply do this here, place here the quartz quarry, next to it the mosaic workshop. And the clay for this is being produced over here in that layout. And then you can see the place has been utilized nicely. So, and as you can see, everything is growing. Well, except for milk, but I mean, we have a big city over here. So, that is totally okay. So, are there any other production chains? Not really. Yeah, that was that basically was it. And with that, you have now covered everything that you need for getting envoys and patricians. And this is now when the production chains become way more complex. Really looking forward to that. And that will start in the next video. So, I hope you liked this small guide about the Orient. If yes, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions or feedback, then just use the comment section. I will try to answer ASAP, as always. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, but want to be informed once I upload more to the channel, then just hit the subscribe button. It will also make me very happy, because it shows me your support. And with that, I say goodbye, and see you next time.